Hello and welcome back to the set of The Gloves Are Off. Scott Hartnell and Clarke MacArthur on set with me today. I want to get into this salary cap. We've got some new information. Obviously, Board of Governors meeting today. This kind of leaked out yesterday, though. Salary cap increasing to 64 with a floor of 48. Now, we just finished talking about your team's cap situation. There's not a lot of movement there. How much do you think that this increase is going to help teams or maybe hurt some of them?
Well, it helps probably 20 out of the 30 teams that spend right to the cap, and Philadelphia is a great example. Last year I think we had to put a couple guys in the minors to create some space, and it doesn't leave a lot of room for calling guys up or injuries and things like that. But it going up, $4.5, $5 million, whatever it is, that means you can get a Bruce Gallup or extend Billy Lane, things like that. So it can keep your team together, and kind of hurts teams like, did hurt Atlanta, but Phoenix, Nashville, Florida, those teams have to, bump their spending up to $48 million, which before this cap era, they were spending $22, $23 million per year. So it's give and take, but playing on Flyers and Maple Leafs, they're going to spend right to the cap, so it's great.
So, Clarke, do you see a disadvantage to this at all?
I do in a way because we're obviously a lower seed team as of right now, which will change. But it gives teams like Boston or who are already full of good players, and Philly, teams like that, gives them room to get one more good player. And it just makes it that much tougher for us to catch up to them. So, but at the same time, with it going up, obviously the league's doing well, and so I see where Scott's come from too. It's positive and negative for me.
All right, well, we'll move on here. I want to ask you guys about this. Obviously, the riding Vancouver. For me as a sports fan, I don't know, Vancouver did such an amazing job with the Olympics, and then this happened. You said you were there, Scott. Now, you might not have been smashing the windows, but were you at the game?
No, I was. I lied to you off the set there, but.
Oh, okay. All right. We have a liar. We have a liar on the set today. But as a Canadian, were you guys not? I don't want to put words in your mouth. What was your take on the riding? Disappointed? Was it?
I thought it was Bush League, but
Bush League. There you go. That's straight Bush. Bush League and straight Bush. Okay.
I don't think it was the hockey fans, but I think when everyone was
so. People say that, but these are guys in jerseys. How can you call them not fans?
Everyone probably started drinking at 12 or 10 in the morning, and by 10:30. 11 o'clock at night when the game was over, a couple guys do it, and you're intoxicated. You get caught up in the moment, and that one kid that torched that cop car, he's I forget what he was.
Scholarship athlete,
yeah,
water
exactly.
polo player.
So it's sad to see, obviously, but it hopefully doesn't leave a bad mark on a city like it has.
Do you think it leaves a bad mark on Vancouver and the franchise as well?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing as Scott. I don't think it's the true fans obviously doing that. I think. And
Luongo came out and said that too. He kind of went on the record as saying, "I don't think it's the real fans."
Yeah,
that do that.
And from what I've seen, I think they had the big screen outside so people could gather around and watch, and one thing leads to the next, and they're torching cars by the end of the night. So.
If you guys had the chance to go grab a Coach bag or a Louis Vuitton bag, do you think that you would have snuck one away?
I would have been in bed sleeping.
In bed sleeping, okay. All right, I want to move on now. I'm calling this one No Fun Town. There was a study released by ESPN yesterday. Apparently 70,000 fans participated. Toronto was listed the worst city for pro sports teams in North America. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Why?
First of all, I think, obviously there's a ton of media in that in Toronto, and but I feel like the negativity always gets focused towards the coaches and general managers and the owners. It's never really weighed in on the players. So, for the coaches and that, maybe it's a nightmare. But as far as the players, if you come out and work hard and, show that you're at least trying out there, you should be okay.
But Toronto's got a bit of a tough track record. You've got a lot of guys, like the Chris Bosches who leave town, the Vince Carters who leave town. Do you feel like there's fair weather fan situation there? What's it like when you go to Toronto?
Well, for me, it's kind of cool to play, at the ACC, and it's you get the diehards at the game, and
people throwing waffles on the ice,
yeah,
for example.
I think that was the first game when I think we beat them, and There come the Lego my Eagles.
Allegedly they beat us. We'll have to look up the
Allegedly. Allegedly.
But no, it's a pretty cool city, and you know, I think these guys, when they, you know, walk around, you know, it's nothing but support for these guys, and you know, they almost got in the playoffs last year. They had a great end of the season, and just, I think, you know, he'll tell you more than me, but you know, just reading and stuff, everyone is huge supporters of the Maple Leafs.
Right.
You know, all the sports there. So I disagree as well.
I got to ask you this, though. Being from Ontario and going to these games, it is incredibly expensive to go to a game at the ACC now. Do you not feel like you're playing in an arena full of suits?
Yeah, for
What's
sure.
that
I mean,
like?
I think if anything, that kind of kills the real fan mentality. I mean, it's a lot of corporate stuff, and I remember we used to get, when I played in Buffalo, we used to get probably half the arena would be Toronto fans just coming because it's a cheaper seat. And,
I can't tell you how many games I've seen at
And you kind of get the real
HSBC.
Toronto fans.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's what we used to do. I saw you play at the HSBC because it's that much more reasonable to drive from Toronto down to Buffalo.
Boom.
It's too bad.
And you're watching a good team too.
There you go. On top of that. All right. Before we take a break, I want to ask you guys about Rory McIlroy. I know you're both golfing tomorrow. Is Rory McIlroy the next Tiger Woods? Why or why not?
I think he's great. I think he's got a personality to him, and I think him choking at the Masters and coming back and winning U.S. Open just makes him more that more human, I guess. And Father's Day, his dad was there. It was just not a better stage for him to, you know, win by 10 strokes like he did.
And what's your take? Is he the next Woods?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a tough one to say. I mean, Woods is the first billionaire athlete, so tough spot for him.
But you're on your way there because you're not the discount anymore, remember? There we go.
Nil at a time.
Only 999 more.
There you go. All right, well, we have to take another break, but stay tuned. There is more to come on The Gloves Are Off with Scott Hartnell and Clarke MacArthur.